Alrighty, now that we have all players acquired for the afternoon, we
Oh,
return once more for the Sunday session. The brand new Unfortunate Sons, nearly, with two members been replaced, and now two members of the original party left. Um, that is correct, Matt. We return back to session 61, but before we get into that, what happened last time? The party managed to go ahead and land themselves properly inside the city of Seji's Retreat. The bugs having not yet bothered to stop them, which left their ride quite concerned and on high alert would be a good way to put it. With that, Utval would, though, may still ensure to let them off and with the party finding themselves at the entrance to one of the only major stone buildings in the entire town. They would quickly open up the doors to find a spider nest, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Utval would turn and take off quite quickly, while at the same time, Farum, recognizing suddenly the problem and that there didn't actually seem to be an intelligent plan between the party members, decided to turn and run. We'll get to a little bit more on that later, though. As Farum sheathed their blade and took off back for the ship, though, the party then played a little bit of hot potato of sorts as the spiders shot their webs all over the party, keeping them stuck to the ground and unable to leave. Ned and Domnander would trade places for a moment before Domnander would try to get an escape and before getting caught and then forced to be brought back down to the party as Ned and poor Adam found themselves surrounded by the creatures called the Azil that had surrounded them, about 60 or so, as well as the devastation beetle that was on its way and the spiders having basically webbed both of them. Thankfully, not the griffin that Adam was riding away on. With quick thinking, and instead of wasting time tearing away at it, Adam would just drag himself over to the griffin and stick himself to the griffin, which is still my favorite moment of that session. This is like, all right, fuck you, TM. I'm leaving. I'm not staying anymore. All right, that was brilliant. Um, Small things, that make the DM laugh here. But yes, Adam would stick himself to the griffin and take off, whereas Ned would quickly break away from the web, and Domnander and Ned would escape flying as fast as they could. The party would manage to escape, getting back on Utval's ship, and no, a little bit of judgment from Utval and understanding of being put in over your head was very much there. As Utval let the party kind of deal with their own misgivings, finding Farum watching them while smoking a pipe and enjoying a glass of rum. We would then end the session there and basically go into a 2.5 year downtime. So you're going to hear a very major change of date here in a minute. However, before we get to that part, we're going to talk about what happened during downtime, as there's not a lot, thankfully, that I have to go into, because Domnander has yet to submit, so the mysteries of Domnander's downtime are going to be left a mystery, as none of the party would have seen them. But in the 2.5 year near straight shot to the city of Hraesla, the party would find themselves with a bit of time to themselves, with Ned spending 2 years training his wisdom by learning and educating himself through the many books and reports that Utval had collected throughout the years, learning everything he could about what was going on in the world today, and trying to gather information the best he could about what would truly be perceived to be coming in the near future. While that went on, thankfully boosting Ned's wisdom, he would also spend his last 6 months training Farum Trahir in the infamous game that now at this point the DM's just going to have to add like the goddamn Gwent game to Witcher. Go fish by the grass and tree grove and Kesnanok. That the party has. Um, with that, that would kind of wrap up much of Ned's downtime. Adam similarly would spend much of his time in a rocky, as he put, rocky, what would you say, montage?
montage.
Yes. with the Eye of the Tiger blasting in the background, which we'd love to do, but I'm not willing to take on Paramount. Disney is one thing, Nintendo, another. Paramount, they assassinate people. Um, so I'm good. So we're not going to play any Eye of the Tiger or piss off the Tulsa King at this point. But with Adam training feats and his dexterity as best he could, alone and unfortunately not learning until much later that Utval's own training abilities and how he trains his men is pretty much in the same way that Adam was training alone, and realizing how much easier it would have been if he had joined with the group and had instructions instead of just sprinting back and forth and jumping around. Um, it's true. Ned did not gain any wisdom. I did. It's very true. Do not forget. And then lastly, probably the most detailed individual of the lot to send me a list, Lady Ferrum would spend her 2.5 years majority training a lot of feats, a lot maintaining equipment like the other two, but as well working with the ship and crew, ensuring a decent working relationship with Utval throughout the entirety of the situation, as well as learning a little bit about what had gone on in the last 2.5 years as the World Travelers Report would finally fire up about a month before getting to Rezla proper. And as the party would come back, and we're going to get into what you learned about in a minute, don't worry, Farum, I'm not going to forget. As we come back, though, and before we get into what they learned, we return, like I said, to the Unfortunate Sons, session 61, a peaceful ride with a chance of, well, raid. Morning of the 33rd of the White Wolf, the year 65,003. The weather is about 125 Fahrenheit outside, and it is sunny with no clouds, and the humidity is 100%. It is horrid outside. However, as you lot gather, Farum sitting down to give a report, or pass out a report that she has taken on the news and information she's gathered from what has gone on in the continent the last 2.5 years and in the area. As each of you begin to flip through them, you can see that first off, there's a report, a full explanation of the World Travelers Report that went off in the morning that, while both of you were training and working on things. It states that not only has Utham not been able to push back the infamous dragon or dragon necromancer that has taken up root in his nation, but with the combined effort of 3 other nations that have all showed up, including Greg's Maratom, Utham, Og himself, as well as the Crystal Giants leader, Pulpin. There is rumor, even, of other nation leaders joining in the process of helping, as the mountain and battle lines are being fortified, as it has been confirmed that Utham's forces have been stuck in a stalemate right outside the mountain stronghold itself. This has also been updated that Utham gave a personal report that he believes that there is a greater force at work in the background currently that is moving about to ensure that those who shake and move the world are all locked into situations currently, as he believes that there is a greater wave to come. However, with the current situation, he still begs all adventurers to show up to his lands quickly to resolve this and ensure peace it comes to the land. All except the Unfortunate Sons. That of which, as you read, the bounties and the pictures of Domnander, Kesnanok, and Ned have all been updated with more modern versions. And, well, let's just say the bounties aren't really a kind thing, to put it lightly. For the dead or alive, Kesnanok is currently worth 200 million GP. The Ned is worth 350 million GP, only dead. And Domnander is also only valued dead for 400 million GP.
Oh, Lord.
There is also a note of any associates that have not taken the order to join one of the holy orders of the Deep Dark, as has been directed by Zebril himself, are to be recognized as hostile entities, and anybody associated with this group is to be hunted with the same value of 10 million GP offered for their heads, as long as there's proof of association. And you also see the last note. Lastly, the one once known as the Red is no longer alive, his bounty claimed as one of the first in the falling of the unfortunate sons. As Ned would recognize this as Sen, the troll that had helped you way back when. Um, Lastly, going more down, you learn that the Movasi has been continuously attacking Hraesla, the city you'll be arriving at. It has been at the forefront of the majority of the war on Krikek. However, with the push of the Grunaga, as well as one of the other Storm Giant factions, not listed or named, it seems that Movasi has been put on the defensive as much of his men or his troops are focused on the eastern end of his continent. Notes from Ferrum, as you see there, according to Utval's thoughts, are that the dragons are amassing their forces on the Snowbeard Kingdom, preparing to invade them and expand the warfront to allow them to gain further resources. Next, as you go down, the Loxodon have begun scouting and attacking the dragon nations on their borders, beginning to try and test the supposed waters of the defenses of the dragons that are there. That would be on the western end of the continent. And then, lastly, and most importantly, Surdex, the apex monster, has begun moving and expanding its territory to pretty much any battlefield in and around the Fire Giant clan territories, as well as the Golden City has seemingly vanished from the continent, which has left many very concerned, as a creature that big does not just disappear. And that is what Ferrum finds as far as her gather information. The only thing that Ferrum does not write on there is for her own notes, and for your own notes as the player, Ferrum, is that there has been spottings of a group of Ronin, samurai without masters, that are bearing the marking or the sigil of the crab that have been spotted in Hraesla.
Well, that is interesting.
Enemies of yours?
No. Just interesting to know.
But as we return, and as you lot now 2.5 years older, time spent fully on the ship, none of you stopping at any of the ports, and just going pretty much straight here. You kind of find yourselves coming off the ship in the middle of not an airfield per se, but a large clearing of volcanic rock and sand. The airship's kind of coming to a landing as or next to what looks to be almost a huge 30 or so fleet with all the similar markings of Ogaren's clan, the Grunaga market sigil. Bearing on them. Many of them filled with storm giants that look to be grizzled Vikings who spent many a years definitely in combat, but both the smell and appearance from missing limbs and scars that many of them bear. You can see even from as you guys get closer, their ship's scarred with the marks of fire and other sorts of acid damage and elemental damage types upon their hulls. As Utval kind of comes to a rough landing, he looks at you lot and kind of looks over towards the city itself. The walls extending from the city almost about 15 miles or so out, made completely of solid obsidian. Looking towards the city, as you see where he does, stands a bunch of massive obsidian walls or buildings, almost carved from the mountain itself, seemingly a mix of this almost Aztec design with the more dwarven beauty and kind of metallic craftsmanship. The clear designs of not only iron but liquid diamond glimmering almost throughout the entirety of the black basalt-like stone city is surprisingly quite beautiful, if not a little bit creepy from the mixture of color. It gives almost a eerie feeling to it. As you also notice, many of the lights down on the ground are just pieces of iron or magic iron equipment that seem to have trapped balls of magma inside them that seem to glimmer continuously with no shadows seemingly coming off of them. As you come to a stop, still it is morning, the sun rising mostly as Utval points over towards it and looks at you lot. He goes, "Oh, My job here is done, gentlemen and ladies. Um, your destination as requested. I'll be taking my cut, as I mentioned, Ferrum, from your the calorium. If you wish to leave the rest with me, I can go ahead and sell it and bring it back to you once I see you once more, but it will take me much more time before I can get rid of the rest of it.
That would be excellent. Would it be all right if you took your cut from the remaining calorium deposit rather
I
than what we have currently sold?
I can do so. He nods.
Much obliged, good sir.
Beyond that, Domnander and the rest of you are expected in the town, I imagine. So, while you lot are here, I will be looking into some work myself. I will not promise that I will be available when you get back, but if I am here, you are welcome to seek my services, assuming you can afford them, or should another invest on your behalf.
Uh, question. Utval,
He nods.
is there a way for you to write letter so that other giant don't hurt us?
Oh, a letter of introduction. Yes, that shouldn't be a problem.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you have that you request of me?
No, sir. Only my thank.
He nods at that and goes, "Perfect. I'll have it to you within the hour as we begin unpacking our own equipment. We'll be staying here for the day ourselves while we look into information." And looks about the lot of you and goes, "Adventure to adventure. I wish you lot luck in the future, and a brighter future than you've had. Um, but if I may give you some advice, I would not go to Dragon's Crown and fulfill the House of Sven's request. It's better to have them as an enemy that hunts you down in this situation than be involved with whatever Movassi's cooking up. It's just some advice of mine." And he kind of walks over to Ned and puts his hand on Ned's shoulder and looks Ned dead in the eyes and goes, "And Ned, as one of the few members left of the original members of your organization, I'd recommend being careful of any more enemies you lot make. Chickens coming to roost and all that."
Adam will look to Ferrum and be like, so did news just say that I have bounty now?
I don't believe so. But you're already wanted by the collectors, aren't you?
Well, yes, but not much public thing. More internal.
I would say it would be best to not introduce ourselves as the unfortunate sons, as well as to perhaps try to cut any ties from that name if possible. That might help us not, you know, get a bounty on our heads for being associated with them.
Interesting idea.
Wouldn't it?
I hate to tell you, but I'm kind of a walking billboard.
Could you shave?
You shave, bro.
If not, okay.
Is
Just
it
Ned
question.
reaches up and rubs his already clean-shaven chin.
Yeah, sorry for asking.
This is now when the DM would like to intercede. As we are sponsored today by Gillette Fusion, the great. No. Oh wait, hey, if you're out there, I don't shave often, but if you give me one, I'll use it.
Yeah, what, on your balls?
Sure. I got chest hair, back hair. Well, actually, I don't have back hair anymore.
It's like, and this episode was sponsored by Manscaped.
Where's Manscaped? Yo, come here. Oh, give me
Just
the
cut
thing.
to a montage of Ned shaving different parts of his
Yeah.
body.
So,
Exactly.
question is
Yes.
just as out of curiosity, the Kezenok, is that of like the recent image of Kezenok before he became?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it still doesn't look like current Kez right now.
Correct. Yes.
Solid.
It does not have your sharp, evil-looking armor.
Yeah, but I guess the only issue is now that there are updated photos of Ned and Dom, correct?
Correct. That is yes.
So you need, if no shave, if no way to uh, maybe cover yourself, cloak, hood, make shape undiscernible.
Well, maybe while we're in town, we can find some interesting monster parts. I might be able to do something.
Maybe wild shape.
Fucking paint Ned a different color. Clearly that would. Does anyone have any red berries? We can dye his ass red instead of blue.
Hey, make moss grow thicker. Maybe you be green instead of blue.
You can always. I don't know if you
I
have
was
outline.
green and then I became blue.
Can you be green again?
I don't think so. I put a tooth on my staff and then became blue.
So
Not many creature change color.
Adam wouldn't know this, but Ferrum, given your background, do you have knowledge and ability by chance?
Why? I guess like if you want not like from a class or anything, but
Oh, you don't have it in your skills. Okay, no, never mind.
let me double check. I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't have it written down, so I'll say no,
Okay.
sir.
Perfect. Yeah, no. As as you look over Ned, trying to kind of contemplating on how to like disguise him and everything, Volcano comes out a few minutes later and hands you a letter sealed with his mercenary mark and goes, "This should get you into the city, but won't keep you out of trouble with the authorities. It basically states that you're here with my permission, but that you're not under my protection."
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's kind of hands you the letter and goes, I wouldn't bother going ahead and disguising Ned up. They're going to probably look into his mind at the gate as soon as you lot walk up anyway, so won't be worth it. Disguising yourselves at this point honestly might be where cause you more issues than anything. As far as it goes, do you need anything else before I go on with my day though?
Oh, yes. Apologies. One more question. Do you know of
The Muffin Man.
guilds where I may acquire gear of my size?
Looks you up and down. How much you have to spend?
I've got about 132,000 of the, was it not gold? Is it emerald or diamonds?
They would be rubies, for gold.
Rubies is the gold equivalent.
Yep, ruby volcanoes, I think is what it was.
Oh shit!
Because I thought the rubies were the copper equivalent.
Bro, fucking goddamn it! Why are you gonna make me look this up?
Yeah, I don't remember. it.
Diamond crowns, I know it's platinum, and it's ruby, I believe, is the one after.
Because I know I remember there's emeralds, diamonds,
Man,
rubies.
I'm so
and
happy that
sapphires.
the search check is taking forever. There we go. No, don't worry, we're gonna look it up. Yes, ruby volcanoes. I was correct.
It is rubies.
Yes.
All right,
It
cool.
goes diamonds, rubies, sapphires, and emerald.
I have 132,000 rubies, volcanoes.
He nods at that and goes, "You could try the iron throat arms and hope for one of the seconds will fit to you. That'll run you only around 15,000 usually. He kind of itches his chin. If you're looking to make your own, you could probably get some sun or dust. Be about 2,000 ish. But for what you're asking, you're not going to probably find much of what you're looking for. Guilds wise, I don't know if any of the other guilds in town will even open up for you. As it kind of like rubs his chin. Most are crafting guilds, and I don't think you're any form of master.
What if he was with a crafting master?
Potentially, you should be able to get in.
How do they feel about primal weapons?
The only people I know of in town that do that specialize that would be the Grass and Tree Grove, but they're very particular about the members they let within their territory.
Ned's eyes light up.
Looks at you and goes, but beyond that, if I had to recommend, I mean, it might work. You can try.
Well, I don't know that it'll help you much, but I would like to check out that grove.
Okay.
No, it's about
I have no contention.
I thought he was just gonna be like, okay, and who asked?
God damn it.
I was like, God damn, Adam, calm down, man.
So the
Mhm.
just for notes, what's the spelling of the places he recommend?
Yes. He said this place. Oops, let's not do that. Sorry, copying from my notes is not fantastic because I have everything formatted funky.
Could be like that sometimes.
Yeah, well, also copying and pasting from fucking World Endville is gay. Let me tell you, something fierce, and I
Yes.
can say that.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
So okay. If I can get this to fucking Jesus Christ, you know what? You can't, Adam, because I'm fucking annoyed at this goddamn thing.
Okay.
Shit. Where else did I say? Fuck. God damn it! Now you throw me off too.
I'm sorry.
You bastard.
I didn't mean it.
There you go. Well, that was the place I mentioned by name. So, and the item or the item type she recommended. Otherwise, the Grass and Tree Grove. If you need that,
Find it yourself.
there you go. I'm just making sure. Yeah, because I didn't mention anything else. Perfect.
And was the Iron Throat Arms also a place where I can get the Sunstone Duster stuff, or is that just?
He did not specify. He just said that you could buy some in town.
Got you.
So assumedly, but you know. But as Upal looks amongst you lot and goes, all right, well, be off with you already. Like I said, I have work to do. So.
Thank you much.
No,
Have a great day, sir.
It'll be a better one once I'm free of the territories, I tell you. As he turns and goes back into his captain's quarters, closing the door behind him.
This was the gameplay of saying, hurry the fuck up.
So, do we want to go to the Grove or Iron Throat? I guess
I don't have
first things
yeah, I don't-
first, we should get through the city without issue first.
Yeah, that's one step at a time, Adam. One step at a time.
Yes.
As you lot kind of all get off, Domnander following after, Ice around Ned's waist, with the three goslings following after, and Hootie kind of fluttering about. Kind of packed with your gear packed on, what little you lot had, your backpack's kind of fully put together, and the few rations you've managed to keep throughout this time. You guys kind of disembark and start heading up the pathway, following the other merchants that are kind of heading towards the city. the sounds of dragons roaring in the distance and the occasional sounds of explosions and screams can kind of be heard on the air. But otherwise, it seems somewhat of a peaceful day, even with the unbearing heat. For those who don't have fire resistance and aren't a race that has fire or heat tolerance of up to 125 degrees, please give me a fortitude save.
All
My
right,
moss
sir.
is glistening.
Yes, and trust me, Adam and Ferrum can smell it.
Me strong temperature resist.
18, sir.
18. All right, you're fine for now, Ferrum, but it is definitely a little warmer than you'd like. As the three of you kind of head up, or four of you, Dominander following behind, as you get up towards the long line heading into the city, many of the merchants kind of waiting as well with their caravans and wagons. There's about 12 people in front of you by the time you get up there. A few of the fire giants seem to kind of look at you a lot. Some seem to kind of eye up Ned very heavily and move their mounts slightly off to the side as their scoffbores kind of seem to almost sniff Ned from the glistening of his fur and kind of like pull away slightly.
The animals fear you.
Yeah, it's just something I put off.
I will note the merchants as you look up. Adam and Lady Ferrum also have a look of fear and concern in their eyes
I think
as they
it's
stare.
still only DC 5, but
I know. I can't pass with the merchants.
It's his aura.
It is. As you lot think it's the smell coming off of him. It's not realizing it's his natural aura that's causing an intimidation. But as you kind of wait in line, some of the fire giant merchants seem to whisper back and forth. Give me a listen check, please.
Yes, sir.
The scaled one of the party, being the only one bothered by the heat, is great humor. Yeah, I know, right? Blizzard.
That'll be a 19, sir.
19.
14.
Alright. Does Ned have the chance to roll a decent listen tonight?
He has the chance.
Let's see. Will it succeed?
I gotta fix my temp attribute.
No worries.
Trust me, I understand how ironic it is that the lizard's the one that doesn't like the heat. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I don't have it.
She was raised in a much more princess-like situation, you know? That's why, clearly.
Like, bitch, I had AC running 24/7 in my abode. I don't know about you guys.
Even as
I
a
got
mercenary.
got by the World Anvil login, so I'm almost there.
Well, GG's, the World Anvil login killed
Adam
you.
too. He grew up in Glacier.
19.
19.
I rolled not very great. I have a +10 in listen.
That's not
Oh,
bad,
shit.
though. Thankfully, they're not being real quiet about it, as you see both, or you hear the fire giants kind of whispering back and forth between their carts. One of them goes, the one behind you directly goes, I think that's it. They captured one of them giant apes from Olympia. I think, and it's clear the tiny beast folks got the lizard folk as a slave. Anybody here can speak beast folk? So you hear the other one kind of go back, I do, but I don't work with slavers.
I just look at him in the eye and go, no need, I can talk to you.
As you say this, you see one of the merchants kind of turn, the merchant right behind turns suddenly and freezes and goes, it can, it kind of like moves his cart, pulls his cart back a little bit and goes, it can talk!
Be careful about shitting outside. The butt bugs might get you. And I'll just like turn back facing the group.
Don't they know fire giant when they see one?
The look of fear on his face. Also, I will note the difference between this dude and Ned is massive.
I
So,
know.
this is the average appearance of a normal merchant amongst the fire giants. Ned does not look anything like this.
Can't they tell difference? All fire giant look same to Adam.
Adam, bro, that's racist. Like, I agree, dog. Listen.
Kidding. I was only joking. I'm only
not.
joking.
As the fire giant, still speaking in giant, looks over at you lot and goes, "How did you teach beast folk?" What beast folk? As he looks over at Adam, how did you teach your ape to speak giant?
Is Adam not knowing how to speak giant?
I do know to speak giant.
Oh,
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
as you go ahead, Adam, and fucking you grunt at him, he just kind of looks at you with confusion and kind of goes,
I beat my chest.
looks at you. And they go,
Oh, now you made him mad.
what do you mean? Made him mad? What is he gonna do?
Gonna do
I start
I don't think
spinning
you wanna
around
know.
like a gorilla.
What'd you say, Ned?
I said, I don't think you want to know.
Looks at as Adam starts running around like a gorilla on like all his bare knuckles like on the ground. Kind of looks at him and goes, "The hell kind of magical rich?" Kind of starts pulling his board back. I think I'll come back a different day. As he kind of like snaps the reins and the boards kind of turn and he starts heading back down the road. The other merchant behind him not moving at all, leaving the full like distance as he watches. Congratulations, you've scared away a merchant.
That guy was very nice.
Oh my god. As you kind of continue to wait in line, would you like to do anything else? Or are you just gonna leave the other merchants alone as long as they don't bother you a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is how we make fair money in this town. We just scare away all of the merchants.
Yeah, like,
True.
as that was happening, Fairma just kind of like, just didn't pay attention to them, if I'm being honest. She's focusing on her own thing. She's dealing with her own thing. Just saving for the headache.
Strong together.
Oh yeah, Fair, give me a spot check.
Yes, sir. Oh, fuck.
As Adam kind of mumbles that under his voice as he pounds his chest once more.
While we're
Okay,
standing in
19, sir.
line,
Yeah.
Ned pulls two fishes out
Mhm.
and just offers one to Adam.
Ooh,
Oh my
fish
goodness.
jerky.
Adam, as you
I'll
look
teach you
at
the game later, but for now, we snack.
As you look at Adam, the card has this beautiful animal woman drawn onto it that looks like royalty.
I eat it.
It does taste like dried fish. Give me a fortitude save. And Farum, well, Adam gives me that fortitude save. Thankfully, you don't spot any that catch your eye, or unfortunately, depending on how you look at this situation.
Yeah, she's just gonna keep a better grasp of her things as they go on.
Yeah, no worries. All right, Adam, what's your fortitude?
24.
24. Thankfully, Adam, the tang is delicious and not at all because it's expired.
Good jerky.
I'm going to have to make some more soon, but they make really good cards.
How many card have left? I assume not many pairs.
I'm going to like reach in and look at the pack.
So,
Got like 15 cards left.
I've been keeping track of this actually. Let me put the thing here for my notes. Alright. Because I have had to fucking look up shit, or keep this up for one thing. Here we go. Alright, so in total, that have been eaten. 12 pairs have been eaten from the standard deck of 52. So there are 40 cards left currently. Now 39.
Have you guys been? Oh, right, because made a
39
fish.
left.
Huh? Was that Ned?
Oh, I said 39 left.
Huh. Inter.
As you enjoy the taste of the card, looking at it, Farum kind of keeping her eyes out on everything. Domnander kind of being almost oblivious as he watches the line. It takes another hour before you lot finally get to the front. As two guards kind of step forward and heavy blackened obsidian plate, carrying these like blue metallic weapons that seem to glimmer almost like clear diamonds, with a light blue color or coloration to them. Their glaives seemingly long and sharp as they kind of stand over you lot and look. One of them looks down at Adam and Farum, and then over at Ned and goes, "All right," in giant. "Which of amongst you is here to represent you lot to speak?"
Ferm will step up, I suppose.
Protlos.
I am.
All right. We don't get many of your kind in here, and I don't see a slave brand on you. Do you have papers for the reason that you're able to come into the city?
Yes, sir. And then she'll like pull out the paper that football gave him and hand it over to him.
Okay.
I hand you the letter.
As he takes it, kind of looks over and goes,
I'll take it.
"The heir to the grass and tree grove stands before us. Ned of the grove, grass and tree represents the heir, and the next in line to the entirety of the grass and tree." Kind of like slowly color fades from his face as the other guy stands at attention, stiffer suddenly, glaive straight up. The guy kind of looks down at a lot of you and goes, I'm kind of like eyeing Farum, then eyeing Adam, then eyeing Ned, and then looking up at Domnander, and then looking down at Adam again, and goes, Sir Grassentree."
When they look over at me, I just scratch my ass cheek.
He looks down at Adam and goes, "Sir Grassentree, I fully apologize that we did not recognize your your family members. You've shrunk in your time as an adventurer. It's been quite a while since you've been back to the home country. We do apologize for the misunderstanding and everything. Allow us to get you entry real quick."
Me no grass tree. Grass tree, that guy.
Kind of stops
That's
and
me.
looks over at Ned and goes, "Oh, the young prince was cursed! Oh, I understand. Happens to the best of us on those battlefield. Mages are a problem these
I had
days."
it attached.
Huh?
I had it attached.
He looks at your scorpion tail and looks back at you again, or spider monkey tail and looks back at you and goes, "Uh-huh."
I can show you what it does, but it probably wouldn't end well for you. But if somebody poisons me, they're going to find out.
Kind of walks over to you and puts his hand on your shoulder. He goes, "I'm so sorry. I'll make sure that I'll let your father know of your condition." And he looks back at the other guard and shouts, "Let the royal members of the Grass and Tree Grove know that their heir has arrived, and he's been smashed in the head so hard he's lost his wit."
You royalty, Ned?
We're going to find out.
What the fuck you mean you're gonna find out?
The guard still standing with his hand on Ned's shoulder looks over at Adam and goes, "You are in the presence of one of the most powerful druid groves in the world, young man. As a beast folk, you should recognize this legendary individual. They single-handedly have managed to keep the plains from tearing their way into this plane. They have held the Grunaga name and their banner. When they showed up here, they're one of the ones who raised the southern mountains. They're also one of the few that managed to join Utham and almost slay the Gloom Dragons that were here and joined on the Hivekin Wars. They're legendary. They're as royal as you can be amongst the us fighter giants." Good, sorry.
I think I was in South at that time.
It seems we're going to the grove first, Adam.
Lady Farum kind of like elbows Adam slightly with that. The guard nods and goes, I don't believe they'll be available immediately. The last we had heard is that Roberto is not available for most calls, but if they are able to see you lot, we will make sure that you are found and available for it. For the time, as he ushers to the door or gate as it opens up, please enjoy yourselves in the city of Resla. We welcome you, and if anybody does ask, just let them know that this is Ned, the royal heir to the Grasson Tree Grove.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Cool.
As
All
he,
of a sudden, Ned looks all excited. He leans over to Adam and goes, "I think I'm famous."
How you not know you famous?
Uh,
I haven't been here in a long time.
Me
come,
neither.
chaps. We can stop by the wherever Adam needs to go first, then, while we wait for the beck and call of your grove.
Yes, Iron Throat. Let's go.
does anybody speak Thieves' Cant out of curiosity?
Adam does.
Holy shit, you do?
Remember?
I know why you do. That's why I asked. I assume Ned doesn't in this situation?
No.
Okay. Adam, as you lot kind of start walking into the city, give me a spot check.
Yippee! I'm about to. Man, I really hope I do get this because I feel like the collectors are here.
Wonder how much they'll fetch for your head.
A lot.
Fuck you. First off.
10
No,
million.
I'm not saying I'm am. I'm just saying it is. We should see the options that we have. We could get the money and then save you.
Okay, I'm
You
gonna
gotta-
sell you, but you'll be okay with it.
We'll
19.
save you afterwards.
19. As you lot start walking into town, kind of looking amongst the people, you do see Adam. There is an individual merchant that has a mark that you recognize as the Sword of Pyrrhus symbolism. One of the groups that has been going against the collective, kind of on his uh, sigil for his stall that looks to be a golden coin with a golden mule-like design to it. Himself, it looks to be a young snowbeard with a very short and scrubby beard. But as you look at the symbol, it also reads, "For those who are avoiding the collective, you are safe." And as you look over at the merchant stall, the dwarf is selling a few minor little bits and bobs, a couple of letters that looks like they're wrapped, some books that look to be empty from this distance. As he kind of eyes you up as you start to or as you walk past.
Give me one moment. And I'll wait for me here. And I will kind of go on up to the stall.
Okay. As you walk over to the stall, the dwarf kind of perks up a little bit, kind of stands up and brushes himself off and goes, "Ah, hello. Are you looking for something?"
Yes. And I kind of will do a little let me actually think of what I'm going to say. And it's going to be along the lines of I noticed symbol.
He switches and starts kind of. He takes a piece of paper or a piece of papyrus out and starts inking on it and writing in Thieves' Cant as he does, and looks at you and goes, or as it reads, "Not safe to talk here. Shake my hand if you are looking for help, or if you're looking for something else, write it." As he looks at you.
My apologies, but I cannot read.
Holy shit, dude, that's fucking amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great. Like, oh, hey, dude, I can't fucking read, dog. Sorry. that was great delivery, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
He just looks at you the hope draining from his face to be replaced with sadness and just "Oh, my misunderstanding," as he nods at you. "The symbol is just something I had picked up while I was exploring." As he kind of tears up the paper.
So you're not against them?
He looks at you and goes, I would never insert speaking louder. Stand against such a great organization that provides education to the young adventurers of the world. I've done nothing but provide my duty.
I guess I can talk in these. Is these can a vocal language?
No, it is not. It is a written language. That's the joke. It's a bunch of symbols that mean things.
Well, because I understand symbols, but like words and letters I don't.
Yeah, let me pull it up to make sure I'm correct for that for 3.5. Hold up.
Because like I can't, like, if someone were to like write a sentence, like I can't understand.
Sorry, it is a
language.
mixture of symbols, sign language, and secret terminology used.
Gotcha. So
But yes,
at
there's
least
this spoken. Mm-hmm.
I can bust out some sign language.
Mm-hmm. What are you gonna
Is
say?
this,
Sorry?
using sign language, I'll be like, is this sufficient?
He looks at you and goes, Ah, yes. And he looks over at Ned and Farum and goes, Please, you two, join us, join us. I will show you lot to my own merchant stall. My father runs a great butchery. It's fantastic, delicious meat. We even have mushrooms for those who aren't as meat inclined.
Like, for
Uh,
a second, the inner Dominator flowed through me, and I wanted to sense motive him for no fucking reason.
I must know.
No, I can't. Stop.
Uh,
Ned looks very nervous, but will join.
mhm. As the three of you join, he kind of smiles and he goes, With the three of you, please come with me, follow me. I will take you, follow me down this dark alley. I promise it's not as terrifying as it sounds. There's a shopping street on the other road that we have to get through.
Alright. I gotta sense motive that. I gotta sense.
That's fair, go ahead.
That's like,
This has been pretty standard for the other practices I've been around.
Right.
that's gonna be a 25.
25. Check something real quick. There it is. Okay. It almost feels like this individual. I mean, if he was wanting to get you killed and telling you about it and go, if this was going to be a creepy alley, it feels like it would be the last thing he'd want to do. Also, you just saw Ned's nobility. I mean, if he's going to kill Ned, that would be probably a big taboo in this city, and you're probably being watched by the guards right now with how much of the guards made a big stink about it. You're pretty sure this guy is at least somewhat trustworthy for the situation.
Okay. Adam, what have you gotten us into?
Say again. I need you to speak up. I couldn't hear you.
Adam, what the fuck did you get us into, dog?
Talk later in quieter area.
As
Okay, Adam.
he starts kind of bringing you back through this like alley, dragging you through, almost ignoring you lot talking as he starts walking off, leaving his stall completely unguarded, which I mean, he still has items sitting on top of the stall, which kind of catches your eye as he kind of starts walking off, not even looking back to see if you are following him. Now, my question is, are you going to follow him?
I certainly am.
God damn it. Yeah, I guess I'm following him.
Okay. Ned?
Yep.
Okay. As you lot follow him through the alleyway into the next street, where there's more merchants shouting, fire giants kind of walking up and down the streets, talking amongst each other, as they don't even pay attention to people that are shorter than me, bumping into you lot with really no real concern. The bright light of the magma torchlights kind of set everywhere seems to kind of almost illuminate the area, slightly painfully as you walk through, and there's a young dwarf guides you to a massive set 2-story inn that almost looks like a stronghold in how it's built. A tower itself that has been almost customized from a castle that was once stood here, very dwarvish in its design. As you walk in, the huge doors seem to almost open, or have a couple of smaller ones that seem to allow you lot to walk through without having to push through the 36-foot tall oak or solid oak doors. Going inside, you watch as this massive, almost inn opens up in this stronghold-like, or this castle-like building. The multiple, or almost 20 or 30 tables going down on one side with a massive bar along the other that seems to be catered by about 4 fire giants walking back and forth. Multitudes of different races seem to be eating at the tables, many of them laughing and joking, though you can't hear them as you notice, seemingly as if they're speaking, like you can see their mouths moving and you can see them laughing, but seemingly none of the sound escaping their tables. Looking about, the tavern is bright and glimmering as it doesn't quite fit the shape of the outside that you had seen it. The walls are decorated with symbolism and strange designs of individual warriors of legend, seemingly each from different races and species, fighting this strange-looking giant brain-like creature that seems to be using its tentacles to manipulate different creatures or forces against the hero. Many seem to have weapons and items kind of set next to those paintings, almost as a symbol of that hero, maybe a memorabilia for all you know. Looking down further as the dwarf kind of guides you through to the back area of the tavern, kind of waving at the fire giants at the bar as they smile and wave back. He guides you to the very back where it opens up another massive door where a line of crafting merchants, forges and crafting workshops seem to almost completely litter either side for about another another 60 or so feet, roughly, with stairs going up where you can hear even more crafters working. As you see the sign of the building or of the inn itself finally come into view from in this room as you reach the Forge Wife's Rest, and the dwarf kind of smiles up at you and goes, "I apologize," as he speaks fully now in common to the three of you, and goes, "I couldn't speak freely out on the streets, but here at the Forge Wife's Rest, we all support those of the Swords of Pyrrhus, and those who stand against the collective and their unique choices upon the world. I heard or rather read your mind that you were looking into equipment and gear, and while I can't guarantee that you'll find what you're looking for, this would be the place I'd recommend you return to once you have some further funding, as many of the younger craftsmen who are still new and starting out sell items and materials here. They're still quite expensive, but you'll find equipment better and malformed and misshaped for your," as he looks down at Adam, "size."
I greatly appreciate your assistance.
Would we get a discount for being royalty?
Looks up at you and goes, "You may be able to convince some of them. I believe there are nobles amongst the craftsmen here, if you'd like to speak to many of them. But it's worth a shot. I can't speak for each individual."
I have about 100 and a little more than 100 ruby volcanoes. Would that be sufficient, or must I go somewhere else first?
100,000 ruby volcanoes? He kind of looks at you and goes, "Probably won't make much, probably won't find many items here that aren't discount or knockoffs. There's something wrong with them. Given the wars that have been going on, most of our items come through here are being sent out straight to the war front. You could try the guilds for any of the gear that they've reclaimed and are selling, but if you're okay with wearing dead man gear."
Most my gear dead man gear anyway.
And that'd be your better chance. They usually sell on discount, especially if you ask for the gear that's pre-cleaned. If you're willing to clean it for yourself, usually you'll get around 50% off.
I did that with this gear too. Well, I found it on the battlefield.
Kind of nods at that and goes, Yeah. But those, if you're looking to rest away from the collective's eye, this is the place to do so. They are not welcome within the inn. The owner of the inn doesn't quite enjoy their company and believes them to be a plague upon the world. So, given his experiences,
Does
I am.
Ned know anything about this?
Ned, give me either knowledge history or an intelligence check.
I definitely
Yeah,
would have told Ferrum about my distaste of the collective during our downtime.
yeah, yeah.
13 intelligence.
Because we did have a little chat.
Yeah. So, the collective of Pyrus, for reference, Ned, as a fire giant, you would have known they've been around basically these mountain ranges for a long time because they've been studying the history of the dwarves that used to live here before the fire giants conquered, and then the demon folk who used to rule before that, and the fae who ruled before that. This place is basically like a ruins, like gold mine for all the nations that have come through these territories. Um, so it's not uncommon for people to not be big fans, as on occasion, houses are demolished, families are uprooted, people are just forced to leave because, well, the collective wants the land to dig up and explore the ruins in the area. And they have the money to do so.
They're capitalists.
So they're destroying the land, basically.
Yep.
Got it. Ned's
At least
probably not a fan.
only thing I'd note for Ned is they also collect, in air quotes, rare animals to your own knowledge, which would be like rock heap back when you were a youth you had seen. In this case, now looking down at Adam, well, Adam would make a great prime target, and then as you look at yourself, so would you.
Good.
Good to find ally.
More
Insult.
people to hunt.
Yep, exactly, Ned.
My name, Adam the Last.
The dwarf nods at that and goes, "Nice to meet you, Adam the Last. You'll excuse me if I don't give my name. I prefer to stay anonymous the best I can." As he gives a bow and smiles and goes, "If you need me, I work around the town. I'm not hard to find, as I'm one of the few of the Noirves that are allowed to, are permitted to sell, though no one buys my goods, as you saw. Feel free to visit my stall anytime."
Of course. Question, what sell at stall?
Books, papyrus, ink.
Crack.
Not good for those unable to read. And Adam will give a little chuckle.
He nods that. He goes, "Exactly. Now, if you all need anything, I do apologize, but I must be on my way. The innkeeper should be able to help you. Their name is Goda Verda. You'll find them somewhere around here, I imagine." And as he kind of like looks about for a moment and then goes, "Tall figure, slightly old, a little unique in the face, as you'll notice." And as he kind of like looks at you a lot, like almost as if that's enough of an explanation, gives another slight bow and turns and starts walking back through the door and heads off.
Mm-hmm.
He just described like 45% of fire giants.
As
I
Ned looks at,
assume
go ahead.
I assume they fire giant in tavern of non-fire giant with face of interesting. I think we should be able to find no problem.
And
Incredible.
Adam says that, kind of looking about. I will note, as you see many of the fire giants already working away in their forges on this level on either side, hammering, completely ignoring you lot. One of the waiters from the front room comes rushing in, slamming through the door. Each of you give me a reflex save.
Hey. 28.
28 succeeds.
18.
Succeeds.
That's higher than an 18. I don't want to do math.
Okay. As the three of you manage to jump out of the way just in time, you see as this waitress comes stumbling through massive bowls and plates on her in her hands, and being balanced as she does, as she runs through, looking at you lot, and goes, "Oh, my apologies," as she speaks in Fire Giant specifically, looking at the three of you, and goes, "I, I, I got knocked in here by the individuals who came in. My, um, uh, she kind of like looks at you lot and kind of goes, "I apologize again. It won't happen." And she stumbles and walks off to the side door and opens it, where you see a massive kitchen and can smell the heavy scent of bacon and eggs being kind of wafting from.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Warekeeper of inn.
Judas says to the waitress as she's walking away.
Yes.
She kind of stops and looks back and goes, good, she's, right now, she works in the forge. It's, attached to the back of the kitchen. If you want to follow me, I can take you straight to her.
Many thanks.
Yes, feel free. Come with me. She, opens the door and, holds it open.
I'll follow.
Alright. As you follow out, I'm just pulling up some stuff. Cool.
I'm not gonna lie. The past 4 sessions I've had in this campaign have made me suspicious and jittery of every person that's nice. I don't trust nice people, dude.
That's
Nice people
fair.
seem. It's just like, why the fuck are you so goddamn nice? Why are you helping us? We've given
No.
you nothing.
Exactly.
Who are you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, as you walk through, following into the back, she kind of guides you through, kind of watching you as you pass by the plates of food sitting on the or on the this magically infused grill top that's warming the plates, and you can smell the scent of both beef and pork bacon or boar bacon, kind of burning or cooking on the grill, as well as again the scent of multiple breakfast foods and vegetables seemingly kind of cooking up in this kitchen as she guides you through. Um, as she brings you to the back, you see as this young fire giant man who seems to be kind of watching you a lot, carrying a large leather sack full of just nothing but scraps and other materials, kind of stands at holding the door, kind of looks at you a lot as the waitress guides you past them and kind of gives him a strange look, and then kind of, again waves you through to the back where you can smell and hear the sounds of pounding hammer.
Thank you.
As you pass through, she kind of walks you up to the large forge, and this thing is massive, standing about 15 feet off the ground. You can see the anvil itself is about 10 foot wide, about 5 foot thick, and is sitting on a massive stump. The hammers and tables all are humongous around here, almost each gargantuan in their own right. As you walk in, and as the waitress kind of gives a stop and looks about and goes, "She should be here. She might have gone out. Feel free to find a place to sit down, and she'll probably be right back with you."
Thank you much.
She nods and goes, "Of course." And she turns and heads back in. As the young man carrying the bag of scraps kind of closes the door as she walks through. As you are left in this massive forge, almost slightly in the dark, and the sound of the hammer seemingly still almost pinging off the anvil, yet no movement is seen in the room.
You think Keeper is invisible?
As Farum and Ned
Hello?
just look at you blankly. Adam?
Do I think the innkeeper is invisible?
Yes.
It's a possibility. Do I think that is the case? No, but it might be.
As a moment,
I
kind.
want.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I want to ask question on where guilds are. I do not know where guild are.
Gildar is the. I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. I'm sure we can. I'm sure we can ask around.
You kind of stand there for another uncomfortable minute or two. No one seems to arrive as you kind of stand there uncomfortably waiting, expecting someone to come back, something to happen. But again, you're just kind of left standing there in the dark. The smell, the occasional wafting of bacon kind of flowing through as the door slightly pushes open from air. But no one seems to come back into the forge after another 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5, 10. This point, Ned sitting down playing Go Fish.
With 39 cards.
Yeah.
An uneven amount of cards.
Can't even play Go Fish with it. Hasn't even been checking what cards he's eating. He might have. It might just be a bunch of different cards, so that you can never actually play with certain stats.
Oh no, there's
Never
numbers.
win.
Some numbers were mentioned. Don't worry. But yeah, as another 20 minutes pass, then 30, an hour. Still,
Well, hold on now.
no one's
Hold on
come
now.
as you've been standing there just kind of waiting.
I guess.
I
we
think
leave.
they just didn't want to deal with us.
Yeah, no, I got that after about 5 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you. Fuck it. I'm gonna open the
Anyway,
door.
got any threes?
As Ferm stands up, like ignoring Ned, and walks off towards the door. Kind of.
And you said there was the sound of hammering in here, right?
Correct. Yeah. The anvil is still occasionally making the sound too.
But it's dark in here.
It's dark and there's no one else
Stood
here.
up, that means I win.
Oh, fuck! I might as well go check. You know what? Fuck! I'll go check the anvil. Why not? Let's check out the anvil.
As Ned says this, kind of grabbing the cards, celebrating as Adam looks about still confused. Ferm, yeah, you want to walk over? Give me a spellcraft check or a knowledge arcana. Good. Sorry.
As Ned puts the card away, he mumbles to himself, I'm glad you're not as good as Kesnanak was.
Incredible. That's gonna be a 16, boss.
16. As you look over, to your amusement or disappointment, depending on, there is, as you notice, an item kind of set off to the side of the anvil, just on the other side of it, out of view of you lot, that, as you notice, every few minutes or every few seconds seems to gleam and make the sound of a hammer hitting the anvil. Someone is slacking off work by make it sound like they're working, is what you as you look at this and gather.
Oh, that is incredible.
You're pretty sure they've never been here, Pharaoh. Or at least not today.
They made this one thing, and they're like, I'm gonna go fucking leave. I'm gonna collect my paycheck at the end of the week.
Okay, I think we go to main bar area now.
I'm kind of like looking at the stone the size of her. And she sees this thing. Adam says that.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Adam. Let's go not be here. We got ditched.
I wonder why man had sack of scrap.
Truly unanswered question as you head back through the door, pushing it open.
Maybe sack of scrap had innkeeper in it.
Wait, Adam.
Clandestine way to escape work.
I'm just picturing Adam like with a little like thought bubble of his head above his head, and very terribly 5-year-old cartoon drawing of like this, like, them being carried in this bag and like being struggling as they're walking off.
And by cartoon drawing, you mean just stick figures?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
God damn it! Phil's gonna need like some acetaminophen or a Tylenol or something.
Yeah, but as you kind of push back through the door, the kitchen staff just kind of ignores you as you walk back through, heading into the crafting or the long crafting hall, and kind of back into the main tavern. People kind of working about as they do, customers going about. As you kind of look, you do see a couple of beast folk that catch your attention. Two of them that look to be kind of almost like mouse folk, sitting at one of the corners of the tavern, somewhat alone and talking to themselves. One of them a little bit rounder from behind, wearing what looks to be bright silver armor, and the other looks to be a very old-looking individual with a long mustache, kind of covering up most of his face. But otherwise, most of the individuals in here look like storm or fire units. Yes.
Do the mice have any sigils that I recognize?
Give me a spot or search check.
I hope it's not the Patters.
Hey, yo, it's the Patters. Let's fucking.
Dirty 20 with the mask.
A dirty 20. They are wearing sigils. The sigil you see, looks it kind of looks similar to the Patter family, the one that you had seen previously. That one, as you would know, was had the design of a rat holding a worm and seemingly almost like biting into it. This one looks to be a mouse instead, with a dagger in one hand and a vial in the other. So it's similar colorations. The colors almost match identically. However, the sigil is slightly different.
Ned'll just like mumble to himself, "Oh, that's good news."
But otherwise, yes, as you look about, the multiple waiters and barkeeps kind of going up and about, what would you all like to do as you stand in this large tavern?
I'd like to go up. I assume there's a barman or
Yeah.
a barwoman behind. I'd
Oh.
like to go up to them.
Yeah, multiple. As you walk over to the bar, and give me a climb check to climb up the stool.
Oh, can I climb?
I hope so.
Quadruple negative 20s.
Watch him roll in that
plus
one.
12.
I'm waiting for
That'll
it.
be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you go and go up to the bar, kind of grabbing onto the stool, pulling yourself up onto it. I mean, it's pretty big for its size. I mean, the thing almost stands as tall as you. As you pull yourself onto it like a toddler, sitting on it, you're still not tall enough to reach the bars. You kind of have to step up onto the stool proper, and as you stand up on your legs and leaning up on your tiptoes, you can finally look over the bar as the barkeep kind of at shoulder level looks over at you and goes, "Yes, how can I help you, young man?"
Hello, me Adam. Me ask for direction.
I don't have that as a drink on the menu. What's that made out of?
Oh, no. Misunderstanding. I wish to find gear to use to fight evil creature out in wilderness. And I was told there are guilds that sell dead man gear. Dirty. Me wish to know where to buy.
You want gear like the drug?
No, like sword and armor.
Oh, you're looking for equipment on I understand. Well, there's a couple of ways to get to the guilds from here. Your best option is probably to go head out to the Protlos Row. It's a small scale market where you see a lot more of the local merchants who sell things. As far as it goes, if you're looking for one of the organized guilds, shoot, I think most of them got pushed out after the last raid that made it into the city. I can't think for a second. As the DM loads up something in the background real quick. If it will load, there we go. Give me a second. I'm not totally just scrolling here. There we go. Fantastic. Let me see. Where was it? Yes. He goes, there's three main guilds currently within the city that are, fully operational that I know of. The Blood Magus, the Bloodstorm Blades, and the Blood Claw Masters.
If me like like big sword or bastard sword and medium armor, would the second one be more sufficient, or would the claw?
It's up
I
to
don't
you.
know.
The guilds really, it's more of your representation of wanting to learn their teachings if you want to join them.
So what was the second one? Get sword something?
No, I said Bloodstorm Blades.
Bloodstorm blade. Bloodstorm blade.
Kind of looks over at Farum and Ned, and then as he realizes the party you're traveling with, he kind of like looks over at you and goes, and nods and goes, "Ah, you're one of the simple beast folk we had heard about coming into the town. Here, allow me to explain where you're going." And as he like starts pointing in different directions and like giving you proper directions, roughly giving north, south, east, and west. But if I were you, I would recommend as you get there, be careful. Many of the beast folk go missing in the lost market. Some are stolen as thieves or as slaves or thralls. Some are sold to the collective that have a pretty strong presence over there. So I'd watch yourself.
My steel bite collector.
He shrugs and goes, "Sure, whatever you say, buddy."
I know where to go, everyone. I say to my party member.
As Adam turns around, getting off the kind of climbing down the bar stool, I assume.
And while I'm like when I'm down and off the stool out of you, I flick up a ruby.
Uh-huh.
One of the ruby crowns. It's just out of nowhere from the bottom. Just
See him kind of like looking and goes, "These are tiny." Like you can hear him like struggling with it as he's trying to like pinch it off the bar. You hear the
He's like,
wood like
"Dude, this is-
grinding.
Like, this is like worth 1/10 of what it should be. What the fuck's happening?
Yeah. But as you kind of climb down to the and rejoin the other two, I will note at this point, Domnander has seemingly disappeared.
Plastic Domnander.
didn't know Monk was rogue.
But Adam, as you join the party, you guys heading off, or what's the plan here?
Yes, I would. Me want go Bloodstorm Blade Guild. Maybe find gear for Adam.
Yeah, that sounds
Sounds
good to me,
good.
Adam.
As you kind of not both agree to it and start following after Adam, still carrying your packs on your back.
Be on watch. Collectors in that part town.
As Adam says this, and as you lot kind of start walking out towards or heading towards the doors, heading out into the streets once more, the guards kind of eye you lot up, but as soon as they seemingly lock eyes onto Ned, they seem to suddenly stand up straighter and more like look more professional as they wipe off their armor and trying to make themselves look cleaner. As you continue walking down the street following the directions and following Adam's lead, this seems to continuously happen, Ned, as you start to notice word seems to have gotten around of who you are, what you look like.
That can only be good news, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's really a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
Especially since you have a massive bounty on
Yeah.
It seems like you're at least revered as an heir, so maybe this town's actually safe in terms of you being on the bounty.
After a couple times of seeing it, Ned will just like quietly say, "They keep doing it wrong. You're supposed to rub the dirt on, not off."
As Ned kind of comments this, you see a few of the guards seem to like give a deep bow, or like now, and it starts to get like they get more formal as you guys get further into the town. Some seem to like go down on knees into the mud, bowing. One goes full forehead. I mean, like the full noble treatment Ned gets is seemingly
I like
almost
that guy.
unnatural.
Promote him.
Oh dear God.
Um,
Oh,
as Ned says this, as you lot kind of finally enter into what looks to be a surrounded market by a bunch of heavy, thicket trees that seem to kind of climb up into the skies themselves, almost in a huge circle. A small gate that seems to have two what look to be half fire giants. Mixing with what some sort of dragonkin themselves, so it's hard to tell with the amount of armor they're wearing. As they seemingly see you lot, not really questioning anything, open the doors almost immediately, allowing you lot to pass through into what is a rather large and open market square, if you will. The symbolism of a scale, like a justice scale or like a merchant scale, if you will, kind of seemingly implanted into the stonework underneath your feet as a design, as you see a few Tibbets kind of walking about, going about their business in what looks to be like holy robes and such, these little cat people kind of as they seem to walk through the market. But otherwise, the market seems filled with multiple different types of races. You have Rakshasa, Beast Folk, Loxodon, dwarves, Genasi, Tabaxi, let's see, and Closen even amongst their ranks. As you walk through the stalls and kind of look around, people shouting here and there, excited and happy. Many of them speaking in different languages as they do. You see a alchemist, a goblin alchemist that kind of catches your attention, selling surprisingly standard potions for where cure light wounds about 50 gold pieces, moderate for up to 300, and even tanglefoot bags, something you haven't seen in a minute. He kind of seems to eye you lot up as you pass by. Another merchant that seems to kind of catch your attention, that seems to be watching you all, is a large Gargan, which is to say a Goliath-like individual, seemingly selling cloths, like fine cloth spices, almost somewhat discreetly in the back of the smart market stall or market square. As you see a few people kind of walking up to them, whispering something to them, and then like handing what looks to be coin as well as notes back and forth as they seem to look over at you lot and give a nice wink and then seem to go about what they're doing. Finally, you see the same golden mule symbol that you had seen at the entrance to the city, with a different, much older looking dwarf, and sitting at his stall and looking about as he sells a multitude of what look to be items and such, kind of sitting around. On the other side of the market, as you notice, is the Bloodstorm Blades Guild, which, as you look at it, stands about 4 stories tall, has an entrance from the market, looks to be designed for people of your size, like me, large and smaller. That as you look at the building itself, with the basalt buildings that are almost pitch black in their coloration, with the liquid blue diamond coloration kind of highlighting them, this building stands out with its bright white and red like roofing. The walls solid white, almost like eggshell coloration, and what looks to be the skulls of many different creatures seem to kind of almost ornament the outside of the building itself. As you look at it, the symbol on the front of the door looks to be 2 blades crossing with what looks to be blood dripping from them. As what look to be guard or beast folk guards kind of stand at the front, 2 rather large looking rat folk.
Must be strong warriors. And I will approach.
You approach, and walking over towards it as you do, Adam. One of the guards looks over at you and kind of speaks up and looking up at you and goes, "Halt! Are you here to meet with the Lord Ashel?"
Me not know Lord Ashel. Me, Adam, me look for gear, equipment, so that I may be stronger to assist allies.
And looks at you and goes, "Why you speak stupid?"
Some would say the same to you.
That not nice.
The rat folk kind of full red, almost iron-like plate kind of glistening in the light. His glaive, seemingly made of the same material, kind of moves, it kind of glimmers as he turns to you, Ned, and goes, "What'd you say, young man?"
Well, I mean, intelligence is dependent on the person, so some people would say the same of you.
"I will not be spoken to or insulted as a proud member of the Patter family by a fucking monkey."
No, God fucking damn!
Oh no.
God fucking
As
damn
he
it!
like looks at you and lowers his glaive at you.
You just had to fucking
Ned.
say something, huh?
No, didn't. As he looks at you,
God damn
Ned, goes, "If you wish to continue this forethought and challenge the Patter family's power and reputation..."
Oh my goodness.
I wasn't really challenging. I was just pointing out a fact.
Oh my god.
He
Many
slams
people think I'm not very smart.
his glaive hard into the stone and goes, "Let this be known, the grass and tree grove bows their knee to the Patter family." As he steps back into a spot of as a guard and looks back at you lot and goes, "Now, if you would like to enter the Bloodclaw or the Bloodstorm Blades Guild, you may do so. But if you should insult the Patter family once more, we will take your life for it."
Me never think of doing so.
He just kind of gives you a glare as he pushes the door open with his other hand, as the other guard kind of follows through. What was that, Adam?
Thank you kindly.
Oh. Kind of glares at you as you walk past, and he gives a dirty glare towards you, Ned, as he kind of like leans his glaive over and puts it in front of you to stop you, and leans over to whisper in your ear and goes, "I don't like you, monkey boy."
Is he tall enough to whisper in my ear?
He is, as he stands on his tiptoes.
Okay.
I will say, as far as it goes, these are rat folk, so these guys are large in size category.
Cool.
As he kind of like pulls his glaive back and kind of like glares at you once more and lets you pass. As the three of you enter into the building, the stonework is beautiful on the ground, glimmering with gemstones seemingly imprinted into it to show the artistic design of the house sigil of the different members of the different Patter branches, all 5 branches, as you kind of pass over them, seeing the one you recognized from previously, Ned, as well as the one you'd seen in the tavern earlier. As you kind of walk over it. As you continue down the long, narrow hallway for about another 30 or so feet, the doorway on the other end seemingly opens up perfectly, almost as you get close enough to it, and almost like it was automatic. As it opens into a very loud and talkative place, a huge open guild with beautiful marble floorings, plenty of tables kind of set aside, adventurers of all races, armors, and classes kind of sat around joking, laughing, drinking, eating. A small tavern seems to be kind of pushed off to the side. It's like basically a giant airport, if you will, as you walk in here. People seemingly are walking about, talking and shouting as they walk up to doors at the edge and seemingly open them and disappear through them as other people suddenly open them from the other side and walk in. Over at the edge of the room is a large kind of desk, if you will, made of solid marble, where a few young but Patter beast folk looking individuals, their white coloration, small size, and very effeminate features kind of telling you they're probably young female members of the clan or the family as you lot kind of walk towards that direction. Some of the adventurers eyeing you lot up. And I will note, as you look about, Ned, your bounty poster is on the wall, and it looks exactly like you.
Good.
I will also note there are adventurers who are also looking at it and looking over at you and looking back at it, as many of them seem to be whispering to themselves.
There's no way the guy would show up, right? No way. It can't be him. No one's that stupid.
The words 300 million kind of being whispered quietly throughout the tavern or out throughout the guild as it gets quieter the further you walk in. And finally, as you kind of come up to the edge, the sounds of the tapping of Ned's staff against the ground and Faram's shoes, as well as Adam's, kind of seems to almost echo through the entirety of the silent hall as the young beast folk, mouse woman, kind of looks up at you and goes in a sweet voice with somewhat normal but somewhat elegant apparel of a female merchant. Kind of looks up and smiles and goes, "How may I help you?"
Hello. Me, Adam. Nice to meet you.
She nods and goes, "I hope the pleasure's mine."
I would hope so, too. Me told that guild here sell equipment from fallen adventurer.
That's correct. We are one of the biggest collectors of magical items and materials lost by groups and adventurers on expeditions and such. We do sell lots of it. She kind of like is eyeing Ned up and down. You can definitely see there's a thing like working. Is that actually him? No way he'd really walk into the guild, as you said. And as she kind of like looks over at you and goes, what are you looking for? Maybe I can search our long list, or I can just bring out one of the barrels for you to dig through.
I know I'm looking for bastard swords. I heard tell of something called a sunblade, sun sword, something, sun something. I think.
She nods and goes, "Well, we don't have the sun in our inventory, but I can definitely take a look into that."
Me also look for a medium type armor. Me can't use heavy. It weigh me down too much.
We have plenty of that. What kind of materials are you looking for?
Me actually don't know. Me know in knowledgeable of many material. Me heard mithril is mighty fine, but mighty expensive. Not sure if can afford.
She nods and goes, let me think. And she kind of opens up a book on her behind at the bottom of the desk or a table and kind of begins to flip through it. She does. She kind of takes.
It is Sunblade. It is Sunblade, but I remember now. Sunblade.
She smiles and nods and goes, I don't have any Sunblades in. We just sold the last to the group called the Bright Bee Merchant Organization. However, they did sell us some materials. And she kind of like goes through. And as she looks around in her listing, she goes, "I have an adamantine breastplate that one of them brought us. Would that be of any use to you?"
Ooh, that might be mighty fine.
Yeah, it's got the Bright Bee insignia on it. He said he had one of his members unfortunately got eaten by a plant and he had no one who could use it. We were selling it for 50,350 gold pieces before we clean it. If you'd like, if you're willing to take the sigil and keep it on there, Mr. Brightby did say he's offering to sponsor an adventuring group that's willing to wear his symbolism. If you're interested.
Me have no problem wearing symbol of the bee.
She nods and goes, "Perfect. I'll let him know that you'd like a sit down at some point to meet with him and see if he'd be willing to sponsor your group. What is your group adventures called?" As she looks between the three of you, and that's when the DM is going to put the party on a 5-minute quick break in case they want to talk about anything, and also because I need water as I'm out. So we will be right back. All right. So as we come back to the recording. As they look at, or as she looks at you and waits for your answer, what do you say?
We the forlorn.
She nods and looks at it and starts like looking through her books and goes, "Forlorn, forlorn. I don't have a forlorn adventuring group in here. Are you new? Or are you
We just started.
Oh, okay. Now, for a second there, I thought you were one of those weird people from Olympia. We've run into a lot of those individuals recently. Thank you, motorcycle, for that. So, she kind of looks at it and kind of flips her to a blank page and starts writing down and goes, I'll need your names and any past deeds that you've done. If you've just started out, this should be really quickly. She looks over at Adam and goes, and your name is?
Adam, the last.
Adam the Last. Oh, that's a pretty last name. And she looks over at Ned and goes, and you are?
My name is Den.
I thought you.
She looks up at you and goes, Dim?
Den.
Dien. Like, okay.
Den.
Ah, okay, D-E-N. Got you.
That's exactly what I was thinking, bud. In my mind, I'm like, man, I hope he does the reverse.
She nods and goes, okay, Den. And then she looks over at Ferrum, and you are?
Ferrum will kind of look up like, my name is Pharaoh.
Okay, fancy name. Okay. And none of you are slaves or pertinent to any contracts that we need to know about?
That I know of.
She nods. Writes that down and goes, alright, and the last thing is we're going to do the mind reading just to make sure that you're legitimate individuals and not bandits or individuals trying to kill the innocent.
That should be no issue. I no kill be innocent.
Perfect. Now, if you'll step into this room with us, we'll lock you in there with our mage, and if you do prove to be a danger or a threat to us, we'll have you instantly executed by our executioner. I'll be standing in the wall behind you, where this little axe slot, as she like guides you over to one of the rooms, and you can see like there's room enough for like a great axe to go through. Well, just come through and cut your head right clean off in one foul swoop if you're a danger.
At least it.
Good.
At least it quick.
She nods.
Okay, at least they're transparent about it, you know. I respect the transparency of the whole ordeal at least.
She kind of looks over at Fairmoon, kind of looking up at him, and she goes, I know what you're thinking. Yes, we it's a guild policy across all adventuring guilds to be very open with how the process goes, because some individuals don't like their mind read. You wouldn't believe the types that we get. We had the Ironheart Merchant Company CEO come into one of the guilds, from what I was told, and he refused. Can you believe it? A CEO of a merchant company was afraid to have his mind reviewed. You just can't read people these days, I tell you.
You honestly might assume that they would kill innocent if they refuse.
Exactly. How are we supposed to know? It makes you wonder about buying their products. I'm telling you, all those big CEOs, they're all trying to kill us.
Me think so too.
She like guides Adam in and like starts chaining him to the chair. She goes, now this shouldn't hurt. Oh yes, they're just precautionary. On occasion, sometimes the magic goes wrong, or sometimes there's a wild effect. Had one guy turn the chains into daisies. Another turned himself into a naked woman. I'm still trying to process that. They turned into a cow of all things, and we couldn't get him back. Sir Bessie is still out there wearing the plate mail to this day. He's a quite capable adventurer, though.
By the way, I know you said adamantine plate.
Yes.
Chest plate. Breastplate. But before I get my mind read and might get turned into a cow, what? Did you have any other is there a sword bin I can look through?
Oh yes, I have plenty of weapons. We have even some sun ore in process if you're interested in purchasing it off of us.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Well, I'll see you on the flip side.
Yeah, actually here, and she kind of like brings Ferrum over and goes, "Don't worry, there's plenty of room. We can get all three of you in here at once."
Jesus. I swear to God, if for some fuck off reason something happens,
Well,
some
wait,
bullshit
Well, listen, I know what in my mind, but I don't know what in their mind. If they lie, my head will also get cut off. Yes.
Oh no! It's we're investigating each of you individually, but it's a lot. It saves on components if you're all normal when the spell goes off.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's our readers are quite capable individuals. In fact, actually, one of our most experienced individuals, she points up to a painting up on the like upper area of the room on the wall, and there is an individual that it looks to be a almost ranger like mouse folk. And Ned, you suddenly feel your stomach drop as you recognize not just the Patter who died in the tomb, but next to him is a painting of a Patter that says Patter the Bison. That is also listed as a employee of the month up there. She points up there. He goes, our two best employees, unfortunately, who had used to run this, actually designed the system, unfortunately perished when helping the cursed group, the Unfortunate Sons, in their church down in King's End. They're barbarian people, let me tell you. I can't believe they killed my father. I mean, rest
I
in
agree.
peace.
Truly, I agree. The Unfortunate Sons are
Very
truly a
unfortunate. I'm sorry to
despicable
hear.
group of people.
She slams her fist against the table hard, and as it kind of like almost makes you all jump, she goes, if I ever get my hands on that Eider fellow, I swear I'll take his head. I don't care what grandfather said. I will have my vengeance.
My name is
Ned lets out a little nervous fart.
Listen, hey, if we kill Ned, a lot of our issues are gonna be solved. I'm saying that above board. I'm just saying that above board. I'm not saying we should. I just want that on the board so we, all the options.
She kind of looks about you lot and goes, here is, she kind of like hands out a couple of look books to flip through. And the chains are just loose enough that you can kind of bring your hands still together. And she goes, they are image books. They show our inventory if you want to look through them at the equipment we have and available. This is a minor modification of the status plate spell. It is a homemade thing for the family of the Patters. I hope you appreciate our magical artwork here. Feel free to look through the inventory while you wait. I'll go see if our processor is available. He is greatly noted, my uncle, and the Patter Bison individual painted up there, his personal twin brother. And they were actually raised together, very good friends, as he was the paladin to his cleric. So he's good, very good mind reader, one of our best people that we have around, and I'll go see if he's available real quick to work with you all. I'll be right back. Just enjoy the catalog as she closes the door behind her, leaving you lot chained to the table.
The moment she's gone, and after a few seconds, just Firm's gonna kind of just be quiet, none of you have done anything to the Patter family, right?
Me no do anything to Patters. Me never met Patters before today.
Firm kind of looks at Ned.
Technically, I did not do anything to the Patter family.
Technically?
Technically?
I'm pretty sure Patter died trying to save us, right? Is that...
Yes, correct. He died, and then he was resurrected, and then killed again by Kez's final attack on the necromancer who had raised him.
Okay. Okay,
As Farum suddenly realized, as
probably...
also Ned goes into also, and I want to note this for Ned's own memory as well. Eider also killed the Patter cleric that came afterwards, looking for their family member that died in the tomb, by wishing for Mr. Bison back from the deity or something that you guys got involved with, and it turned the Patter into Mr. Bison, who ran off and then assumedly died only a few years later.
Gotcha. So, I mean, I guess, one, they'll find out that Kez didn't kill Patter. They just killed the necromancer that had summoned Patter's dead body. And then, two, that Eider was the only one. Then they'll find that Ned is actually innocent of all wrongdoing.
Yeah, and they'll be nice and understanding and fully not
Only if they
consistent.
dig deep enough.
True.
I guess that's true. That was many years ago.
In
And I don't
game,
think Ned actually
8 years ago.
killed an innocent person.
Nope. Well, depends on your
that's-
definition. Go ahead.
I was like,
no
I don't.
worries.
Not that I remember.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, Fair.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. It's not like I work for and have connections to the patterns. No, we're
And
cool.
so,
This isn't gonna
before-
ruin my. No, it's fine. No, we're
yeah.
cool.
Before we continue, like, so the catalog is that just like the item list, or
Yeah, they have an item list of items in there as you're looking through. If you want to send me, if you have any requests, I can tell you as I have it now for what they have on stock.
the supplement was like the only thing I was actually really looking for.
Oh, wait, was the sword in the armor? Oh, okay, here. I am going to give you a list real quick. Also, I see your PM. Give me a moment.
No, yeah, absolutely. Take your time.
As I'm just pulling up something. Okay, so, yeah, as you kind of look through, Adam, so my notes on what you notice of your own interest is there is a breastplate of command. There is an adamantine breastplate. Here, do you want me to write these down for you?
Sure.
Would that be easier? All right.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Can you use heavy armor, Hunter, or can you only use up to medium?
I use medium,
Okay.
and adamantine breastplate is, of course, medium.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is off the top of my head, but I assume it is.
Because breastplates are medium.
That makes sense to me. Sure.
Also, I love how Ida left just like as you were talking, like just before you start talking about the paedophilia that died.
Mm-hmm.
He's just fucking was like, well, I shouldn't be here.
Well, this one doesn't need a description. But I will note it. Just because.
Breastplate of command wouldn't be bad either. That was actually one of the ones I was looking at as well. But definitely adamantine would help with DR.
Give me a second. I'm almost done with it.
Interesting.
And then, to your question, Ferrum, yes, they have that for 30,000 gold pieces.
Okay, yes, sweet.
It is basically an unlimited, or it takes away your coin weight, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's perfect. I'm gonna really want to. I'm gonna get that then. Definitely.
Okay.
Oh yeah, by the way, do they have bags of holding?
They do not have bags of holding. Do have bags of coining though.
And they go for 30? Is that what the question?
30,000, yes.
Gotcha. Might not be
Buy
bad to
myself.
get that too.
I'm buying myself a bag of coining, dude.
All right.
Oh yeah, I know you're fucking loaded.
So there is your notes for the armor that they have available. Ignore any prices you see or anything like that. I just copy and pasted the descriptions to save me time.
Yeah.
So that way we wouldn't be sitting here for an hour. And then, Ned, is there anything you're looking to buy, or are you just enjoying as you look through the list? Or kind of hang out?
Yeah, just kind of browsing. I know that I was told I should look at getting some bracers, but I haven't really looked into any. So
Okay.
Well, I know Dom
Oh.
has bracers of repulsion
That's also true.
that I'm pretty sure I said in our group chat, our plan chat, that you should have so you can repel people if they get too close to you.
Would not be bad. Let's see. Some of these items I was sent as this are taking a minute because I'm pulling from an Excel sheet.
No,
Yeah,
you're good. I'm
no
actually
worries.
looking for
Absolutely.
items.
I'm not in a rush. I'm definitely curious to see what weapons are for sale.
No, I know, but I'm talking for the viewers at home who are listening in. They're like, oh man, this is great entertainment in the background.
Oh, hey, let's see. I'm dancing. You can't see me, but I'm dancing. I'm doing a little solo dance right now.
I don't think
Yeah.
that's not how that.
Adam's doing a little monkey dance. Ooby doo, I wanna be like you. Ooh. I'd like to be giant too.
I think that's kind of racist, buddy. Yeah. So that's the first part. We have actual apes in the chat. You know, some people are
I want to
affected
be
by
a giant
lycanthropy.
too. I'm not saying I want to be human too. I want to be a giant too.
Oh, okay. Well, just something to consider.
Giant's red fire is what I desire.
I mean, that's actually not a bad idea. All right, let me scroll. There's a lot of people who died in this area, so it's taking.
I'll be like Prometheus, and I'll steal the flames of the forge and bring
Yes.
it to my people.
That's what we need.
And then I'll have a rock eating my liver for all of eternity
Oh. Ew.
as punishment.
Yeah. No. Huh. Let me pull up. I'm almost done.
Sorry, just 2 more things, and that's all I'm looking for. Sorry. I
Oh
know
no,
you're
you're
all-
fine. I'm talking about my catalog. You're good as far as what
Okay.
you sent me. Yeah. This is just for the weapons. I'll do the wondrous items here in a sec. Let me answer your question real quick. Oh, okay. So yeah, same thing I was just about to go through. Give me a second as I scroll.
Absolutely, sir.
But feel free to look through those items real quick, or those weapons as you're looking. As I'm going to post their wondrous items as well, so that'll answer your question, Barum.
Many thanks, sir.
And you did say they have like sunstone, right?
Correct. You know what? This makes sense just because. Alright.
Imagine I try to get that. Holy shit. It'd be really funny.
You should. Whatever you're thinking, you should. 100%. I'm gonna hate myself for offering this. I want you to know, if we end up with a situation like Saturday, I'm killing the party. And you'll know when you see this item, what I'm talking about.
Oh boy.
So let's see.
A gun.
Yes, I'm
10
gonna give you a
billion
gun.
doubloons. 10
Yep.
billion doubloons.
And then let me scroll here. That last bit.
Oh hell yeah, dude! The boat of folding. Let's fucking
That
go.
now you see. That's what I was talking about, motherfucker. No, you're not doing that. Let's see. Do I have anything else in my list of dead people here that you guys would need? No.
No bastard swords or great swords.
No. Yes.
Yes.
Good. There we go. There was one more, and I'm just seeing if there's anything left. Yes, there we go. So we do have a few things in here. This is also halfly because of Friday. I want that known. This is loot from parts of adventures they've seen or things they've seen in the background that have been collected. So
Dude, he has a bro. He has a choker for sale. Who wants to wear a choker? Yeah, the Beast Friend collar, dude. It's just a choker with an animal head on it, dude. Who wants to wear a choker, man?
Hey, if
Dang,
you want
the Beast Friend collar would be so good for Ned, actually.
Let's
I mean, it would boost him.
Yeah, that's true. You could grab it as a good booster. Well, let's see. Is there anything left? God, there's a long list of things, but
Ooh.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I know what one of the things that I want to buy if I have the money for it.
Okay. And then yes. Because this was due to Raiders influence, so that would be in there. At least something left behind, rather. And just seeing if there is anything. God, there's so many things here. is literally it, other than, like, artifacts, which I know you guys aren't interested in because you don't want cursed-ass shit.
Speak for yourself. Nah.
I mean, hey man, if you want, we can talk about it.
It's like, hey, come on, remember who you're talking to.
Alright. Oh yeah, and then got these. Okay. Oh well, guess not. Chat doesn't want to see them.
Oh, I thought it was just gonna be nipple piercing. Like,
No, I wish, bro.
I thought you were gonna add like some magic items that's like nipple piercings that like fucking do damage to you for bonuses.
Mm-hmm. Alright, there you go. Those are the last items.
Sick.
Let me know if any of those catch your attention.
All right, I'm gonna continue going
Peruse.
through these.
Yes. And I will have Ned. Can you roll me something in the background, if you don't mind? We'll call it a D20 plus luck, if you have any luck bonuses.
I do not.
Okay. So just a D20 then.
Not the ever soaking sponge.
11.
Perfect. Alright.
Dear
I'll
God.
keep that in mind here in a second. As you kind of look through the items on the list, a few moments go by and it's kind of quiet as finally the door opens and in comes this individual, this darkened, skinned, kind of blackened rat that first looks almost kind of terrifying. His skin slightly charred, his hair looking slightly burnt and discolored. His one of his eyes clouded over with a really terrible 4-claw scratch mark almost across his eye that seems to have taken his vision. As he kind of steps in, his leather armor came seemingly smelling of both a cheap liquor, almost with mixed with wood lacquer, and the scent of heavy booze kind of coming off of him as he smiles at you a lot. His broken yellow teeth, half of them hanging out, the other half completely gone or rotting, almost to mush, kind of glimmer as he smiles and goes, "So you lot are the..." What was their names again? As he looks down at the girl and she goes, she kind of shows him and goes, yes. What the hell? Kind of looks at you a lot and goes, what kind of name for an adventuring group is this?
I didn't choose it.
And looks monks you a lot and goes, terrible. Ugh. Alright. I want to read your mind today. My name is not important. All you need to know is that I serve the main branch of the family. I am 27th in line, and currently, ever since lost of my twin brother, the most despised member of the family. So, as long as none of you have any criminal history or anything to do with those bastard unfortunate sons that I have sworn an oath of revenge against, we should be fine. And he kind of gives a light hiccup, and the smell of booze kind of emanates from him.
Question.
Yes?
How far does memory delve go?
Are you asking this in character or out of character?
In character.
Kind of looks over at you and goes, I look through everything that has to do with your life as an adventurer and experiences.
Ooh,
Don't worry. I'm sworn to secrecy. I can't speak of anything that won't influence my guild.
Okay.
He nods as he pulls out a flask and kind of undoes it and takes a deep drink of it again. Kind of takes a moment goes by and then belches once again as a reddish cloud comes gurgling out of his mouth, and he goes, oh, that's new. Anyways, are chained down for your own safety. as he snaps his fingers twice, and you start to see great axes come through the slots, preparing them, kind of readying themselves as they kind of get themselves slightly up next to you. Not close enough to touch you, but you do see as they're, even when they almost push up against the wall, the blades are sharp enough to nick the thin walls themselves almost immediately upon pressure. The paladin kind of walks over to the table, sets his hands down loudly, and goes, "The axes are for my protection, and so I don't have to take your souls. Sometimes that happens. I'm supposed to warn you that on occasion people get electrocuted, sometimes their minds go to mush, and sometimes we learn things that, have to be taken seriously. If that's understood, I will begin. The ritual is simple. As he starts drawing a circle in the center with the alcohol, as he dips his finger into his flask and kind of pulls it out and lets the red liquid kind of form around, slowly forming a star as it does. He begins chanting a few things under his breath in this strange speech that seems to make his tongue almost go from this kind of grayish coloration to a blackened, like almost serpentine split kind of coloration or design as it flicks with every word. He starts speaking in tongues and seems to have his eyes begin to roll back as his body begins to almost shake, the room beginning to glow from the red liquid as his own body begins to emanate this black aura at the same time. Each of you give me a will save. You can choose to fail.
And this is to delve into the mind?
Correct.
Yeah. Sure. Actually, yeah, I'll just let him in my mind.
25, okay. And Ned will succeed against it. Farum, are you going to just let him read your mind?
Fuck it.
Okay.
I got nothing to hide.
As Adam and Farum, you feel your minds probed, your memories kind of pulled from you, in front of you, almost for a moment like you're watching all of your life kind of rush past you quickly, as he seems to like... Huh? Yeah.
That's a lot.
As he seems to like look around at everything, seemingly like poking at things. And to you, you watch it almost like a movie theater as he kind of grabs things from the screen, pulls them up, expanding them, and flips them away quickly as they vanish. And as he looks through, the ritual kind of comes to a stop, and he kind of looks about the three of you as you kind of feel your minds clear. Ned not seeing anything the entire time as nothing seems to happen to Ned whatsoever as the spell fails. And the patter kind of looks about the three of you and goes, "Normally, you're supposed to let us know ahead of time if you don't want your mind read, so we don't waste our components in my booze on the ritual," as he gives a glare at Ned. He goes, "But, because you've chosen not to have your mind read, you will have instead no access to our guild value or funds or any of the items we're selling. However, you two, Farum Trahir and Adam the Last, are recognized and welcome amongst our group members. If you would like to learn our art or join our guild proper to study under our masters, the paperwork you can fill out in the center office. No one will harm you while you're here, and you have access to any guild resources while you're here. Other guilds will also recognize you," as he pulls out of his pocket a couple of talons. And as he does so, it takes a moment as the DM pulls up his own notes for the talons to remember which ranks which. Give me a moment. There we go. Thank you, World Anvil. He is going to hand you both a bronze talon ranking, or bronze talon, and goes, "You will start at the second to lowest ranking, as I find that your experiences are not capable enough yet to recognize you as iron." So he looks between the three of you and goes, "You," as he points at Ned, "will get nothing. And I don't like how you smell or look. You waste my time in my booze." So he turns and snaps his fingers. The axes pull into the walls and the chains snap from your hands. The catalog begins to float away from Ned as it returns to the paladin's hands and looks back one last time with a sneer as one of his teeth slightly like droops out and turns to mush as he gives the sneer full open lipped, and then closes the door behind him as he walks out.
Yeah, I didn't want to find out what was going to happen.
As
Fair.
as you say this, Ned, kind of looking between the two of them, there's a moment of you feel your mind being still prodded as if someone's still trying to slightly get into it, but seems to fade away just as quickly. As a moment later, the young lass from the information desk kind of comes in, opening the door, and goes, "I hear two of you passed, and no one died." And she gives a light, like golf clap.
Yes, very happy to keep my head.
She nods and goes, "Yes, welcome." And she looks at between a lot of you and goes, "Yes, I wrote your names down on the table. I'm so sorry. I'll take a second. Den, you have been told that, or I've been informed that you did fail. You will need to either reapply later, when you're ready to have your mind read, or you will have to exit the facility when you're not, or not enter the facility when you're not without one of these two individuals."
Got it.
She smiles and gives a bow and goes, "Perfect. Now, if you two could follow me over here if you'd like to get access to guild resources and fill out the paperwork for us, I can have a meal brought up to you lot while you take a moment to sit down and eat."
Sound good.
She smiles and goes, "Perfect." And she hands you both paperwork. And Adam, as you look down, you notice yours is mostly like pictures seemingly drawn on it to explain it.
I'm glad that in his mind he knows I can't read.
Yeah. I will also note that you you see a list at the very bottom of any for a receipt to fill out for any items you'd like to buy off of the listing from the catalog.
Yeah, sweet. You want us to send that to you in private or just in?
It's up to you. However you'd like to send it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like the adamantine breastplate.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, none of the weapons are something that I would be much interested at the moment. However, the Shield of the Sun would be beneficial.
Okay.
Especially if we run into the undead.
True.
And
I just didn't get the breastplate of command because you were talking about it.
what?
No, because you're talking about thinking about getting the breastplate of command. I'm surprised you went for that. You went for the adamantine breastplate instead of the breastplate of command.
Yeah, I was looking at it, but I think I would prefer the DR.
Mm-hmm.
In the end. I mean, yeah, sure, I get a +2 circumstance bonus on charisma checks, but I have a 9 in charisma.
True. Doesn't mean a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, sure, it'd bring me up to +0.
And what was the last one, Adam?
So yeah, the adamantine plate, the Shield of the Sun, and probably just for future stuff, probably a bag of coining.
Okay, so that one's already listed for 30,000. So perfect. So the Shield of the Sun will cost you 7,417,050 GP, and the adamantine breastplate is listed at 50,350 GP.
Yeah, Shield of the Sun isn't happening.
Hey, listen, hey, it's a really high-end magic item. I want you to let you know, normal price is like 74,000. Like, that's before I inflate. So,
yeah.
Alright, perfect. Let me look that up for you real quick, Matt.
Absolutely, sir.
Alright.
You know, if I was a Zurus, I might actually have that amount of dough, but...
Right?
You see, I would help you out with that, but it's not... The return investment, the ROI is not out there, you know what I mean?
True.
You don't have to say that. You could have just said nothing. It would have been a lot better.
Would have been. Is there anything else you wanted for that, Ferrum?
No, sir.
Okay.
Actually, let me double check, but
Feel free.
I don't think so. fucking the folding boat, man. I'm not gonna, but like it keeps pulling my eyes towards it.
Well, as you take a second to look, I will note 2 individuals come over to
Actually,
your table. Go ahead.
Can I actually? I would like to. I would like this sort of countering.
Ooh, okay. Did you get a PM from someone, or did you just notice that one?
No, it's kind of just if I would like to have a answer to spell casting.
Ah, it's smart. Hey, good news. That one's not bad. Although, I'm going to tell you right now, if you could not afford the last one, I have a sinking feeling you're not going to be able to afford this one.
What happened to it? You know, some of the
This is the discount prices. You have to understand.
Yeah, it's still got all the viscera on it.
Yeah.
Gunk.
Do you know how much? Do you know how much James's shield that can, or so hammer that can do the same thing's worth? It's worth almost 10 times that, buddy.
Damn.
Yeah.
Man, all this time where we're
you were really spoiled by either.
Well, yeah, I mean we are new characters and all, but it's like all the time it's like, no, we don't need any money. We'll never need money.
Yeah, hey, listen.
Now
man,
you know
again,
why quests are worth so much.
I could get you the sort of countering. The ROI isn't there, you know what I mean?
Well, actually, that might be, because that means he can take spells that won't hit you, then, technically, which is valuable. However, that would also be valuable to you.
Me?
Yeah, like, for having a sword that could counter spells, because that's what it is. It's basically Dispel Magic for counterspell. So, means that if he successfully hits it 3 times per day, he can technically counterspell as if he was a spellcaster level 13. Which,
if you like, because I can hit good.
And if you guys are getting Firebolt or something like that, that might, or like, any other AoE spells that are aimed at him, I'm not saying you should. I'm not encouraging this. I'm just pointing out for the obvious factor of it does actually have benefit for your party because you don't have a counterspeller currently, so just putting that out there.
Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna ask. Oh. Alright. Sell it to me. No, I'm kidding. Oh yeah, fuck it. I guess I'll get it. Why not? I have the money. I'll buy the little monkey man his shiny.
Yeah. And I will go ahead and buy the adamantine breastplate with the bee sigil on it.
Okay.
And I'll get the bag of coining.
Okay. Oh. And I assume Farron and Adam, as you see that there is a marking on the form for sponsorship, are you going to check it for willingness to accept sponsors?
Yeah, I will.
I will not. No.
Okay.
Especially since Brightbee might.
Yep. After a few moments, as you kind of look through them and kind of write down what you want, seeing the prices and kind of writing that down, the gal comes back over and kind of stands at the table. She smiles and goes, "Yes, here, let me take your orders and I'll get your stuff processed right now." She kind of smiles between the three of you. I will be right back with that, or rather, it should be right back here in a moment. And for the food we offer, I hope you don't mind, as she points over to 2 gentlemen that seem to be waving as they start to walk over towards you lot. She goes, "These 2 offer to buy you lot lunch from the kitchen." So as she kind of hands out plates of what looks to be this thick stew. It is rich, dark, deep, and savory looking, and smells good. You can see the charred root vegetables and the giant or the salted giant pieces of raised rock heap, kind of floating inside of it. And as you kind of look at it, she smiles and goes, "This is our dragon broth stew. It is rock heap and dragon meat mixed together in a thick, savory vegetable saute that our local guild makes. If you don't enjoy it, we have other options if you'd be interested."
Ooh, Adam never eaten dragon before.
Oh, it is fantastic. Let me tell you, it restores the bones, makes the back feel good, and our cooks make it just thin enough to where it's not poisonous enough, but still keeps a little bit of that zing that you want. Today's
My
special is green dragon, and so the acidic flavoring was paired with a bit of a citrusy mixture for the saute.
Sound good?
I'm gonna pass. Thanks for the offer, though.
She looks at you.
You're gonna
Can
eat
I
that?
have his?
You know.
What'd you say, Ned?
I said, can I have his?
She looks at you and shrugs and goes, "By all means, it's already paid for."
I will say this before. Ferm will remember this when she decides to eat Fire Giant's flesh.
Yeah. Yeah, shove it over towards Ned, and then like happily takes it and starts enjoying. I assume, Ned, you're gonna eat it, or are you planning something
Yeah,
else
I'm
here?
gonna eat it.
Okay. It's delicious. 100%, like, as you try to eat it, it also heals 1 HP of non-magical damage.
Nice.
But it is warm, it is tasty, and the look on Faram's face the entire time makes the meal oh so less satisfying. As the disgust and I mentioned also just bothered look about looking at them eating what could be your cousins.
It's like, hey, listen, you know.
I mean,
I got my.
I'm pretty sure there have been dragons that have eaten giants before. I feel like this isn't a strange
That
thing.
is a thing in Dragon's Crown. Yeah, they eat giant meat.
Yeah, it's like the same thing. It's like when we go to Dragon's Crown and I'm eating giant, it's gonna be the same thing. It's
Yep.
fine. I'm just not gonna eat dragon, you know? A little weird.
But as you can enjoy it, the two figures come walking over as the older individual with his jade pipe kind of smoking, sits down, and the other figure kind of stands behind him, recognizing immediately, Ned, these two figures from the tavern earlier that you had been at. Let me pull down my list. Where was it?
So these are
The Forge Wife's Rest. What's up?
Yeah.
As the figure kind of sits down, his necklace glimmering with little fiery balls of flame, his kind of earrings seem to glimmer themselves with almost some individual spells that seem to give off almost a strange glimmer to his eyes as soon as they seem to jingle and move and seemingly activate. As his eyes start to glimmer a bright golden color, and he kind of almost blinks once, twice, and then looks between the three of you and smiles and goes, "I want to introduce myself. I'm the leader of the Kidlos family, the branch of the Patter family that serves to ensure our best interests. I couldn't help but hear that you lot might know an individual by the name of Domnander.
Me have met Domnander once before. Definitely have.
He nods and goes, and you know, the one known as Ned was sworn to a god named Alfred, I believe it was.
Me unfamiliar with Alfred. Who that?
Someone who has a different interest in the world than our family does. As he lightly taps his clawed hand across against the table, the larger mouse folk behind him, his warhammer glimmering with electricity as it slightly kind of filters off into the air. The other adventurers starting to kind of give you space as tables begin to move away. The old man kind of looks at between the three of you again and goes, "Would you, Den," as he looks at Ned, happen to be Ned of the Grass and Tree Grove?"
I've been told I look like him.
You do. These old eyes definitely can't tell the difference. He's going to go ahead and give a sense motive. Ned, give me a bluff check.
Well,
Oh shit!
Incredible.
Won't lie, this guy is
15.
not the sense motive build. 15? Aw, you motherfucker, you beat me by 2. Fuck, alright. Kind of looks at you and goes, "You do indeed," as he kind of like strokes his beard a little bit, and it goes, and takes a deep pull on his pipe and blows it over towards you. A green smoke kind of glimmering around you, and goes, "I see nothing you've told me is a lie. Could have sworn. My apologies. I'm an old man. My eyes aren't what they used to be, and I mistook you for the unfortunate sons. I do apologize for that." As he looks back at his compatriot, who looks at him and gives him a nod, and the old man kind of stands up, his knees creaking as he sets his stick down and goes, "I hope you all have a great time while you're in Praisla. I also would give recommendation not to associate yourself with that Dominator fellow, although by the time you find them, or by the time that they are findable, it probably won't be much for you to worry about anymore. But I apologize again. Please allow me to buy you a round of drinks for my mistaken identity and rudeness. Let an old man pay back for that."
Thank you. You're very kind.
Going a little darker there, buddy.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know where the voice is going.
It's hard, yeah, I got you. As you see, the old man kind of like snaps his fingers tight, and as the young mousebolt girl, gal from the desk, kind of comes walking over, he kind of whispers into her ear and goes, he turns back to you lot and goes, "Do you prefer water, mead, ale?"
I'll work.
He nods. Goes, "The rest of you?"
I'd just take some water.
Water, okay. Lady Farron?
I am fine, thank you very much.
He nods and goes, "All right. I will have that brought out," as he whispers into her ear, and she kind of walks away and goes, "Thank you again," as he gives another bow, a deep bow, and goes, "And if you need anything, the Patter family is always happy to help, assist with anything." He gives another deep bow and turns and starts kind of walking off slowly. A few moments later, the young lady comes out with a glass of snow melt water, as she kind of pushes it over towards Ned, and then a northern ale. The snow melt water is, as she notes, imported, and actually originally a luxury that is worth about 5 gold pieces normally for a single glass of the water. It is brought from one of the southern cities where the Protloss specifically are gathered to gather the material itself. Protloss being a term for those who are non-giants or not recognized as giants. The water is crystal clear. It is cold as hell, Annette, and refreshing as you take a sip of it. The the ale is bitterly cold, light, and somewhat almost IPA-like in its taste as you drink it, Adam. Not much of a kick to it, but a nice flavor that seems to be very much of the grain.
Nice.
As you lot are left at your table, you watch as some of the adventurers start to move the tables back after a moment, kind of leaving you, but still giving you guys some space, as no one seems to bother you after a moment or two as you lot are left there. Do you want to do anything while you eat, or while you wait for your items?
Is there a job board?
There is. Are you wanting to go take a look?
Yeah.
All right.
I'd like to see what's going on around town.
What kind of jobs are you looking for? Because I will say there are a lot. There are almost 150 jobs on the board, and only some of them really fit to your skills and such. So,
I guess I'd like the ones that fit into my skills.
no, I mean, are you looking for like monster hunting quests? Are you looking for like traveling bodyguard work? Do you looking for expedition work, location guarding, monster capture, people hunting, being bounty hunting specifically, apex monster hunting, artifact item hunting. Any of those sounding appealing?
Perhaps monster hunting wouldn't be bad, but would there be any like I guess like the people guarding for like traverse
Okay.
wouldn't be a bad one.
There are 3 quests up on the board that you see. One is going to Dragon's Crown. One is going to Venkos Hold. And the last is going to... Let me pull up my note for this. Ali Carl, which is another Fire Giant city.
Um
You want me to write those down?
Sure. I mean, to be fair, I think at least is our plan still to go to Dragon's Crown?
So Adam kind of grabs a copy of all 3 of them, bringing them over to the table. I will say, as you look at them, the one to Dragon's Crown pays about 50,000 gold pieces. The one to Venkos Hold pays 250,000 gold pieces. And then the one to Ali Carl only pays 25,000. As you kind of set them down in front of Ned and Farum, though, and ask this, as that's for the party to decide.
Because I mean, I know we don't have Dom here, but I'm unsure of. I know we came to the city as a stop before we go to Dragon's Crown, but I'm still curious if that's still like where we want to go.
Farum, Ned?
I don't know, Adam. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. What is the purpose of us going to Dragon's Crown again?
I think there was a mission there, or at least something story related.
So Ned would know that Domnander's mother was last reported to be there, and then that the party was also Kez was
Kez had a mission
had
there.
a job by the House of Svant to go and steal something. Although you were never told what. Mm-hmm.
And we were told by Udval that we should not
Do that.
go to Dragon's Crown to do that quest. The question
Correct.
becomes: do we still want to? We really
If
can't make this
anything-
decision without Domnander here, because if the whole point, if we're not doing that quest, the only other point to go to Dragon's Crown is to see if their mother is there.
And even because I don't know if their mother is still there, they're probably not. But if anything, Dom might be able to at least find clues on where she went next.
Only thing I'll say for Adam, for his perspective, and Farum's perspective, Domnander is a giant, from what you would know by now. I assume Dom would have probably shared that they've got some sort of curse making them look like they do for the dragon stuff. Not explain probably all of it, but like generally that. So you know that they're a fire giant. The only thing I'd note to that, Dragon's Crown is the capital of the Dragon's Empire.
I am well aware.
Okay, so I'm just gonna
Also-
like put 2 and 2 together for that. Okay, perfect.
No, yeah, I was well aware that they're probably not going to be there.
Okay.
Do we know how long it's been since Domnander received that piece of news?
Years.
Yes, I was getting to that, Chaston. Calm down. I understand.
No help, Chaston. God damn it, no pocket DMing.
Years and years and years.
I mean, would Adam or even Farum know that though?
No.
Unless
It'll only be Ned who
like-
knows that.
that's why I asked the question in character. I was like, do we know how long it's been since they said their mother was in Dragon's Crown?
That was, Ned, I think you found it when you guys were in King's End, when you were with Og, when Eider first joined. It was right after you guys went to Abaddon and you got your tree and all that.
So like 6 years ago.
Yeah, roughly in campaign. It was before you went to Zebral's Island, yeah.
It's been like 6 years.
6 years, and this continent is on the brink of war.
In the background, you suddenly hear a distant scream of someone being, or of a battlefield.
We can always be mercenary.
Yeah. Please continue. No, please continue, Ned. I thought you had, or sorry, not Ned, Adam. I thought you had more to add to that.
I didn't. We could be mercenaries.
I am already a mercenary, so that's not a hard task to fulfill. But
We could be paid mercenaries because we're
As usually-
unpaid right now.
that is usually how being a mercenary works. Yes. But the question becomes: do we have a reason to go to Dragon's Crown when a war's about to break out and Dominander's mother is most likely not still in Dragon's Crown?
I said we wait for that until we find Dom.
Better yet, wouldn't it be a more useful more useful? Jesus Christ! Can't we just pay someone to do this for us?
Faram's kind of slightly exhausted, a headache kind of bringing from the spell cast on her earlier.
I don't know. Me haven't been in a big city in a long time.
Adam is
Definitely
stuffing broth into his face. Good.
Probably. But we can't. We could go to an adventure guild and pay and put a quest out for someone to find information about this person. We would need Domdander there, like if they were willing to do that.
Sure. What mission type? What type of job would you like to do?
As Faram kind of takes a second and looks at it.
The whole reason I'm saying is, if we're going to Dragon's Crown, we could take, the fucking mercenary bodyguard route, which is fine. But if we're not going there, we can look at different quests. But we don't really know that until we get that information if Dom still wants to go there and see for themselves, which I will strongly recommend we don't do, because most of our party is filled with fire giants or giants of some nature, and Dom's pretty cool. They're a fire giant, but now they look like an absolute freak to my people. It's not gonna look good if we go there.
As you say this, the young lady comes back, with a bundle of items in her hands, kind of setting them aside onto the table as she does, walking over and goes, "I'm sorry to interrupt. Here's your items you asked for." She kind of pushes them out to each of you, kind of setting them aside. And thank you again for the payments. Some of them have been washed, of course, as requested. Some haven't. So, none of these have, as I'm looking at your receipt. Here you go. They'll need cleaning. And don't ask about who was in them. Well, we cannot answer that. Also, the blood has been agreed upon in the contract that you can't use it for contract or blood magic value, just to ensure that it's not used as a component. And then, of course, lastly, I should let you know, we just received a letter from an individual by the name of Dominander. Help me, I've been kidnapped. Here they didn't want to pay for the full coin charge for the line of text. They only gave us the top answer. So it's a blank letter, but here you go.
I'm gonna krill myself so fucking hard.
As Baron puts her hand into her face into her hand, Adam just laughs through the dragon broth. Ned's dead silent, just looking at the situation. That is where we're gonna cut to black. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you all on the next one.